whatever you think of it, do you think somebody who happens to be a billionaire ought to be able to fund a series of lawsuits, regardless of their merit, whose real purpose is to put that company out of business and destroy them for personal reasons?
Yeah, I don't. And I will, my view on this, and again, I don't know the details of this particular situation. I don't think I really need to, because I'm thinking I will take it up a level and talk about some of the principles that I think would, in my mind, would apply here. And look, you know, I can take this from a couple of directions, but you know the old saying that sometimes, you know, I think it's attributed to Confucius. Who knows if it's really Confucius or not? But seek revenge, and you should dig 2 graves, one for yourself. And you know, really, you just want. You always have to ask yourself, how do you want to spend your time? How do you want to spend your time and your energy? And do you really want to do that trying to right some, even if it's legitimate wrong? Like, let's say that somebody actually did wrong you. Is that really how you want to spend your time? I don't think so. I think most people, if they step back, take a deep breath, they would say, I'm going to go on and do great things. I'm going to do amazing things in the future. Then from the, I would also say that public figure, you know, as a public figure, the best defense against, and again, I'm not going to try to get into any particular story. This is not about Peter or Gawker or any particular thing, but the best defense to speech that you don't like about yourself as a public figure is to develop a thick skin. It's really the only effective defense, because you can't stop it. You know, you are going to be misunderstood. If you're doing anything interesting in the world, you're going to have critics. The only way, if you absolutely can't tolerate critics, then don't do anything new or interesting. And then you can insulate yourself. Then think how wonderful your life will be.
Is that the Bezos principle?
Yeah. So I would just say, you know, it's not, move forward. It's not worth losing any sleep over. And by the way, usually people, if you see something, I don't know, you're kind of a public figure, and things have probably been written about you that you didn't think were nice.
That's true.
And my advice, if you came to me and said, Jeff, this, you know, somebody wrote this and it really hurt my feelings, what should I do? I would say, go stand on a street corner and watch in a crowded urban area and watch all the people walk by and think about what they're thinking about. I bet you none of those people are thinking about you.
That's true.
And they're all thinking about.
None of these people are thinking about.
They're all thinking. These guys are thinking about, when can I get to the bar?
No, they're thinking about
you know, and so you stand there on that busy street corner. All those people, you know, if somebody wrote something about me I don't like, I'm like, oh, you know, I don't like that. It's not true. It's wrong. I think about that.
You're probably mad at me.
Yeah, my wife says, if Jeff is unhappy, wait 5 minutes. So I can't, but I would go at least as a thought.
You haven't been unhappy long enough to pick up the phone and yell.
I'm not so unhappy that I'm not here.
Yeah, right. That's true.
And so
every 8 years.
That's right. You better watch it, though. I might switch to 9. And so, you know, if you're standing on that street corner, and really in your mind you can do this thought experiment, like, okay, there's a woman who just walked by. What's she actually thinking about? Probably maybe what she's going to cook for dinner that night, or that the argument that she had with one of her employees, or whatever it is. Like, it's not about us. And if you kind of just take that step back, and you know, and then there's the kind of free speech. I guess the final thing, you didn't want an answer this long. I apologize, but I'm passionate about this issue.
I want to hear your thoughts about
it. You always have to remember, this country has the best free speech protections in the world because of the Constitution, but also because of our cultural norms, and you don't want to erode those. You don't want to create any kind of climate of fear or chill with respect to free speech norms. And so, and the most important thing to remember about that is that beautiful speech doesn't need protection. It's ugly speech that needs protection. So of course, that's where the rubber is going to meet the road. You know, somebody is going to write something very ugly, and certain people will say, well, they need to be punished for that ugly speech. But probably not, really. If you step back and think about what a great society we have, and that a big part of it is the fact that we have these cultural norms that allow people to say really ugly things. We don't have to like it. We don't have to invite those people to our dinner parties. There's also, you know, but you should let them say it.
Thanks.